be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, August 6th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is this the last day of your work week, it's also the Tampa Pro evening. And I want to start today's show off by highlighting 2 matchups in the Men's Open and in the 212 that I want you to keep your eyes on heading into this weekend. I'll start with the Men's Open, where I think we can expect to see fireworks between Iain VALLIERE, Charles Griffin, and Maxx Charles. These 3 both look like they're coming into the weekend in the best shape of their career, and they're all coming in with a chip on their shoulder because they have something to prove. For Iain, as a 7th place finisher in the Olympia last year, I think there's a certain expectation for him to show up and take care of business here, even if he's up against a heavy hitter like Charles. And for Charles Griffin, after sitting out for most of the full year, being able to get a win here over an athlete like Iain VALLIERE would immediately throw his name into the mix as a top 10 Olympia contender, which comes with its own set of pressures. These 2 are primed for a head-to-head collision right now, and in this moment, it honestly does feel like a coin flip for who comes out on top. 2 weeks ago at the Chicago Pro, all anyone could talk about was the coronation of Keon Pearson, and rightfully so. The kid was amazing, and probably even exceeded expectations to a certain degree. But right behind Keon in 2nd and in 3rd, there was also a serious battle between Ahmad and Kerrith. And this weekend, these 2 are about to run back-to-back, starting tonight. We talked about Ahmad heading into the year as a potential top 3 contender in this division, and up to this point, he's looked the part. But for a lot of people, Kerrith's performance in Chicago was even more impressive because of how much better he got from the last time we saw him. And without Keon in this lineup, these 2 sitting at the top again, well, all the pieces are in place for a major showdown, head-to-head. And considering how much is on the line here, there could be a serious implication for whichever one of these 2 ends up taking the back seat. If memory serves, we haven't talked about the Europa Pro Championships much lately. But now that we're less than 2 weeks away, I figured I might as well dive right in with this brand new update from Jose Maria Mete Borraberry, who will be known from here on out on this show as the Madelman, because there's no way I'm saying that name over and over again all year long. 2 weeks ago, Madelman confirmed that he was, in fact, planning to compete at the Europa Pro Championships, despite the fact that he's already qualified for the Olympia thanks to his win at the Portugal Pro a few weeks ago. If there were any doubts about how good this guy was heading into Portugal, they're long gone now, because I think he proved once and for all that the rumors about him being a top 10 Olympia guy were all true. And if he shows up in Spain even better than he was in Portugal, at that point, I think we'll have to start having serious conversations about where he fits into the hierarchy of this division. One of the other big names in classic physique that we're looking forward to seeing at the Europa Pro is former top 10 Olympian David Hoffman, who's set to make his season debut there. Even though we haven't seen David since his disappointing 12th place finish at the Olympia last year, the reports that I've heard from people close to his team are that he should be coming in significantly bigger and with better conditioning than we saw at the Olympia. As one of the taller guys in the division, Hoff has the ability to be overpowering in certain poses when he's dialed in. So if he does end up being as good as people say he will, then it'll be interesting to see if the old theory about the old big man beating the good little man can still hold up in the modern era. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.